We are the students of Professor Pajari's Organization Behavior class. Today we are going to do a case study about a company called Widget Tech Industries. The name of the case study is I Just Can't Work With Her. So our group includes of 6 people. My name is Suraj Vashisht.
Now, shall we get to know our characters? Tracy, Leo, Neil, Alperates, Melissa, and Renee. The 2 main characters of our story is Renee and Melissa. According to Neil's description, Renee is a kind of hot-tempered, unwilling to make concessions kind of person. Because she's the most productive salesperson in the company, she believes that Widget Tech Industries company depends on one pillar, and that is her. In contrast, Melissa is the by-the-book kind of person. She does everything by making rules and following the rules. Although she has really high business ethics and want to do everything for the good of the company, she finds working with hot-tempered and outspoken kind of person like Renee difficult. And she's also doesn't want to make any concessions on her own.
The organizational structure of the Widget Tech Industries company is departmentalization on the basis of function and location. The sales team includes many executives from different regions from the Northeast US, and there's also an operations division to support the whole team. And the organizational design of the company is bureaucracy, and this design is highly efficient. And the design is highly efficient because of the economies to scale and minimum duplication of personnel and equipment. The downside of the design is that the functions unit's goal override the overall goals, and the company employees have a limited capability to handle the unique situations.
Okay, so now I want to talk about operation team growth. Even the operation team play a very important role in the organization, from leading to realizing the revenue. Right now, I'm gonna talk just about the accounting stage of the operation team. So there are 4 functions of the sales operation. The first one is sales record, which has 5 systematic requirements. The first one is hard copy of the customer signature. Second is purchase order number. Third one is credit check, and 4 appropriate discount and sales director approval. The second function is sales compensation distribution, which is very crucial because it helps the company to maintain the employee satisfaction. The third function is audit check, which will help the company to have a very accurate and informative performance report. And the last function is sales representative commission payment.
Here we have a graph that explains the whole situation of the company, explaining the efficiency of the company when Melissa was not hired, when the company hired Melissa, and during the conflict with Melissa. So in the first phase, when there was a problem in the working of the firm, Neil decided that Melissa, who was actually the operations department in charge, was supposed to be hired. Melissa got hired, and the company's efficiency improved a lot because Melissa managed all the operations, including the sales and other departments as well. But due to conflicts between Melissa and other staff, other sales staff, the company's efficiency, the company's performance kind of fell down.
So after looking deeper into the case, we analyzed the problem into large and small scales. On a large scale, it's the conflict of interest. So both sales and operation teams have their own responsibilities, but they only think their responsibility is the most important. So while sales team emphasize their ability in increasing the revenue and profits, operation teams just want to establish the other within the organization. So both teams require support from the other, but doesn't give much thoughts to one another. On a small scale, there are 3 major problems. The first one is miscommunication. So as the communication style follow a chain model, the people at the bottom will feel isolated, and they didn't have much chance to speak up their thoughts. Also, there are some barriers to effective communications. The third one is information overload, which is there are too many rules and the sales team doesn't, they cannot catch up with it. The second is the emotions. For example, Neil, he considered Renee as a really aggressive individual, and he thinks that she's the threat to his shift positions, so he wants to fire her. The third one is communication apprehensions. So we are talking about the case of Alperic Frises. These guys only communicate with Melissa through emails after feeling unheard while talking to her. The last one is silence, which is Liu. He is the person who understands the situation most clearly, but for personal benefits, he only kept it for himself and didn't communicate with others.
The second small-scale problem I want to talk about here is the interpersonal relationships between Neil, Melissa, and Renee. As you can see here, this is what a person perceives the relationship between the others. For example, Renee think that the relationship between Neil and Melissa is some kind of unfair favor and against her benefits. Neil perceives Renee as his competition because Renee is in the line for his shift position. And between Melissa and Renee, there's always a hidden competition because Renee thinks that Melissa is jealous of her influence within the company and her high salaries and her potential to become the chef. However, what Melissa thinks about Renee, to her, Renee is only a conceited personality that she cannot work with. And the third problem is the system, is what happens to the system of the company. For the sales department, as each salesperson tries to increase their commission payment, they're willing to do anything, including giving unapproved discounts or sending customers purchases that they don't even make. And for the operations division, they are making so many rules that they don't even understand and therefore unable to hand it down to the sales department. And that's why they create the whole crisis within the company.
Now we'll move on to the current situation of each character as a result of all the previously mentioned problems. Renee feels stressed out because of her resulting workload from operational rules, so she has developed a strong aversion to Melissa, and she refuses to compromise with Melissa. Melissa, on the other hand, has no personal hatred, but she willingly accepts the bad guy image to maintain order within the organization as being pressured by Neil. She also says no to compromise with Renee. Neil, the boss, is the one being stuck in the conflict between Renee and Melissa. As for other sales directors, Alperic has been avoid engagement with Melissa, contacting her solely through emails. Tracy feels dissatisfied with Melissa's service quality, so she supports Renee. Leo, on the other hand, doesn't have much trouble with Melissa and he understands the situation, so he doesn't voice his opinions or complaints.
So after reading the case and everything, our team thinks that these are the solutions which are really needed to be implemented in the company. So first one is make rules for operations team, which is really important. Second is clarification from information from Neil, because as he's the boss, he needs to be more clear about the information in the company. Third is to explain existing rules to resolve the conflict. The existing rules itself needs to be more elaborated and explained in a proper way to the company employees. And fourth, the most important, is literally inject new rules made by the operations team before implementation. Now, to explain it more nicely, consistency in making rules for sales department, public status and detailed instructions. The company needs to have official and publicly accepted rules as a whole for the company. Maintain the connection with the sales team. As we saw, the relationship, the communication is not good, especially in this case among the departments. So a very good connection and communication needs to be maintained between the teams, especially with the sales team.
So, digging into the second solution, which is clarification of information from Neil. Neil, being the CEO of the whole company, has a 360-degree view of the whole situation, the conflict between the departments, as well as the problems within Melissa and Renee. And what we think about Neil is he should take the responsibility of the whole situation and intervene and resolve the whole conflict by clarifying the rules, making new set of instructions for both the departments, and resolving the whole conflict.
As the misimplementation of rules is the source of all the problems within this company, we believe that the existing rules should be explained more carefully before the new rules are injected into the system. And to make the information flow more naturally and smoothly in the company, the communication styles should be changed from the Jane style, which is the top-down command system, to an on-channel communication. In this way, both the sales division and the operations division will receive the rules, the commands directly from top management and cooperate with each other to carry out accordingly. So this is the end of our presentation. I hope you have enjoyed our presenting way and hope you give us many positive comments. Thank you for listening.